This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, saving your day from boredom with the best podcasting entertainment.
What's up, everybody? Ricky Widmer here, along with fellow man-child Johnny Karlic.
You have to find all 7 Dragon Balls, Ricky!
What happened? And this is off camera, we did this.
Yeah.
The Dragon Balls, as you did that, just fell in.
Yeah, out of nowhere, just across
They
the
fell
room.
scattered
Everywhere
all
across the
over
room.
the floor. We got to find the Dragon Balls.
Yes, we do.
We got to find them.
I think we already did that.
But the thing that I noticed also, and
Yeah.
this is, I'm glad you did the King Kai that I told you to start the show. It's kind of Mr. Meeseeks.
Hoo-wee, yeah, it is, Ricky. Or we can go, it's me, Mr. Hook.
They're all the same.
Sorry, it's Captain Hook.
Speaking of Hook, you know what I learned this weekend?
Yeah.
That Hook actually has a bad Rotten Tomato score.
Really?
Which I found interesting because I love that movie. Maybe it was because I was a kid.
Maybe, but
I loved it. It has a Rotten Tomato score of a 29%.
Well, what's the fan one?
76.
Well, go with the fan one, because that's what matters.
Yeah, it's a 29 Rotten Tomato score. I saw that in a video this week, and I'm like, what? I like that movie. But welcome into the Rick and Johnny podcast right here on Most Valuable Podcast, where we talk about movies, superheroes, any topic under the nerdy suns or nerdy moons.
Suns.
Suns?
There's 2 suns setting in the sky.
Okay, that's right. I couldn't remember if it was suns or moons.
Suns.
One
There's 2
day,
suns.
one day I will get that reference 100% correctly.
Yeah, someday.
So under the nerdy suns, we talk about everything nerdy under those suns each and every week for you guys. We got a jam-packed show. Before I get into those topics, got some quick housekeeping for you. Number one, if you like what we're doing, want to help us out, get rewarded for helping us, go check out patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcast. Also, go on Apple iTunes or Apple Podcasts and iTunes. Give the Rick and Johnny podcast a 5-star rating. Most Valuable Podcast is where you're going to catch MVP each and every day. And then last but not least, if you want a cool MVP t-shirt like Mark was wearing, I called Mark Mike. Mark was wearing earlier this week on a podcast, go and check out the store link down below in the description. Johnny, jam-packed show today.
Yes.
Got our typical. We're making our sandwich.
Sandwich,
today.
another sandwich.
We love sandwiches here.
We do. I mean,
we're making the DC Marvel sandwich where we've got 2 Marvel topics with a DC topic right in between.
DC's the ham right in the middle of the sandwich.
Ham and turkey.
Ham and turkey.
Well, I like turkey. You like ham, I like turkey.
I just picked a generic meat, but turkey works for me. I do turkey.
I'm more of a turkey guy.
Let's go turkey then.
Unless it's Crockett's ham. I really like Crockett's ham.
Ham is nice, and like Thanksgiving ham too.
That nice Polish ham. That's what I really like. But enough about meats. Talking Hawkeye today in Avengers Infinity War. Getting our first impressions of the Titans TV series. We get our first look at Beast Boy, Raven, and Starfire. Going to let us know what we think about those. And then last but not least, going to dive into some news that Elizabeth Olsen would love to have a Scarlet Witch House of M movie. So we're going to talk about that to end out the show. Also, if you have not already, go check out our Rampage review. That is also up this week. The next one we are doing next week is Super Troopers before Avengers. I almost said Avengers.
Avengers. That's
at
weird.
the end of this month. But Johnny, housekeeping over.
Yes.
A little bit of a longer kind of intro for this one. But so with Hawkeye, reason why we're talking about him today is the Russos have been doing interviews, obviously. And in an interview with Joe.ie, the Russo brothers had this little exchange where Anthony Russo goes, all will be revealed. And then Joe Russo says, we keep saying patience is a virtue. We did not forget the twice nominated Jeremy Renner. We just cooked up a story for him that is a little bit of a long play, not a short play. So, Johnny, my question for you is Hawkeye, what's going to be his role in Avengers Infinity War? Because we haven't really seen Hawkeye at all. None of the trailers have him in it, if I'm not mistaken.
None that I've seen.
None of the TV spots have shown Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye. What are you thinking Hawkeye's role is going to be when we get to Infinity War in 2 weeks?
I'm trying to think what it could be because we read Infinity Wars on Infinity Gauntlet on another podcast, and technically in that one he disappears.
He's dead.
He's gone. Yeah. So honestly,
spoilers for Infinity Gauntlet.
Oops.
He's one of the heroes in that when Thanos snaps the finger, he vanishes.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what his pivotal role or not pivotal, but his long game role can be. And my guess is they're holding on to him to have him do something like a surprise attack on Thanos of some sort.
Because I mean
he's got best aim.
By
far.
The last movie that we saw him in was Civil War, correct?
Yes.
That was the last one we saw him in when him and Scarlet Witch were, or not Scarlet Witch, Black Widow.
Him, Scarlet Witch, and Black Widow.
Yeah, but I was thinking him and Black Widow were on different sides, and I remember the like, oh, you're gonna hit me, you're gonna pull your punches. Like they weren't going 100%.
No, they weren't
at each other. They didn't want to fight each other.
And then you had Scarlet Witch just throw Widow, and she said, "You're pulling your punches."
Yeah, that too. And we also see him from Age of Ultron with the whole family kind of scene that he had. The I'm retired.
Oh, she's an agent.
Living with
Those are mini agents.
Yes, agents and mini agents. So the thing that I'm thinking in my head, and I don't know if this is going to be true, but I'm going to throw it out there for discussion. Do you think there's is it a long play with his story general to him? Or could it be something to where it's like, hey, we got to find the Soul Stone before Thanos does. Somebody knows this. So he's off. Like Nick Fury is like, hey, I'm going to send you on this secret mission to find this thing before they get to it. Because not even like Thanos is coming. It's more of if we don't find this thing and someone else does, we're done. Game over.
Yeah.
Could it be something like that where he's he's on a special mission to find the Soul Stone somewhere in the MCU, wherever it may be, because we don't know where it's going to be.
Yeah, I find that to be weird for him to be the one that put on that mission in some sense, just because I mean the espionage and everything that works out in his favor on that type of stuff. But you would think you'd send someone who's a little bit more powerful, not powerful in a sense, because you want everyone with top powers to be going up against Thanos. But I mean, the only reason I can see him being one of the ones picked, but not like top of the list, because you want someone who can actually hold their own in many environments. Like he can up to a certain extent, but someone that could overpower him or not take any damage from his arrows might be a formidable foe for him.
How about the other theory that people have is in Avengers 4, Hawkeye will be no more, and he will be Ronan. If they're going to introduce Ronan in Avengers 4, so Infinity War happens, Avengers 4, he's no longer Hawkeye, he is now Ronan.
You know what? Possibly he could become Ronan during part of it. I mean, all it is really for him then is a switch from arrows to swords. Maybe something along the lines in Infinity Wars that it's just like, hey, we need you to switch it up now. What I really hope is that nothing happens to his family. Yeah. Because that would be
could you
heartbreaking.
I hope it's not something to where it's like, hey, we're gonna kill off your family to kind of set the switch.
Yeah.
To just flip the switch to make you like crazy.
Full out arrow. Maybe he'll be a combo. Because what we did with Bucky in the end. Yeah. Spoilers if you haven't for some reason seen Black Panther.
Which apparently Sebastian Stan or Sebastian, whatever.
Sebastian Stan.
He was surprised when he got to his part in Black Panther, because he didn't expect Bucky to be White Wolf.
Yeah.
Because with how Marvel does everything, thank you, Tom Holland, they don't know anything until they shoot it.
Yeah, you know what? I would say, that'd be one thing to do. Like if they kill off his family, he's like everything, grabs everything, or maybe he goes back to life. Maybe they allude it as, oh, you became Hawkeye. I'm going back to being Ronan now. I'm gonna pull the swords out and shit's going down.
It could happen that way. For me, this is one topic to where when they I looked at it and I'm like, you know what, I want to talk about this because it's so interesting to what is he going to be?
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm thinking, I don't know what this, Marvel's doing the Marvel thing.
Yeah.
Where we're going to be very vague about everything.
You'll know when we want you to know.
Yeah, exactly. You'll know when we want you to know. It's kind of like, oh, I can't remember what it's from.
Now they can't. Oh, go ahead.
I can't remember what it's from, but it's like, but how will you, the one character goes to the other one, but how will I know that you need me? you'll know when I want you to know.
I forgot what that's from.
Or like, how will I know when to join the battle? And it's like, you'll know when. I'll tell you when. When you will know because I will tell you when.
It sounds familiar, but I can't remember.
Like that's what we get from Marvel.
Yeah.
It's like we will let you know when we want you to know. And the thing, like, this is more of an Avenger Infinity War thing in general, not just Hawkeye. This movie, because of the magnitude of it, can be fucked up so bad if one spoiler gets out.
Yeah, well, Ricky, remember, Thanos demands your silence.
Yeah, hashtag Thanos demands your silence. But I mean, this is a movie where, like, no other movie has done this.
No.
To where it's like, we know nothing. Well, we know some stuff.
We know what
I said, it's what Marvel wants us to know.
Yeah.
Is what we know.
We know what Marvel wants us to know.
So I mean, for me, when they go, oh, it's more of a long play, not a short play. I'm thinking, so he's not dying in Infinity War.
No, he's not.
Because the long play would mean he's in Avengers 4. Am I wrong?
No, I would think that's what it would mean. My one guess is we were talking about the Ronan thing and versus the Hawkeye thing. He'd be a little bit more useful as Hawkeye because the one thing I can see being a possibility is he goes to put the last Infinity Stone on, arrow, knocks it out of the hand.
Yeah.
So it doesn't go into the stone or into the gauntlet.
Yeah. He just knocks the stone out of Thanos' hand.
Yeah.
That would probably be at the end of Infinity War, though, right?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, and we don't know exactly how they're planning it, but the way they're describing Infinity War is it's going to tell us a lot about Thanos. So I'm thinking Thanos is not the protagonist, but he's the guy, like the main
antagonist
character. Yeah, he's the main character focal point of the movie, though.
Oh, definitely.
And they've also described it as a heist movie because obviously Thanos he's pulling the greatest heist of getting all the stones together to get the gauntlet together.
Sends his generals out to get it.
I just, with Hawkeye, it's not one of those theories or one of those topics where it's like, yeah, this is what they're going to do, and I know this. It's like, they could do so many different things.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I'm so confused because I think at some point he also takes a different role. You know how Ant-Man can grow to Giant Man? I think he takes that role at once or twice in the comics. So it could even be that, for all we know.
It could. And I mean, with him...
Will they? Maybe not, but that's a possibility.
I'm curious to see what you guys think.
Yeah.
Like, what are you thinking? Not just role, but like, what's his story going to be? Because, like, they could go in numerous different directions. They could do the family kill route. They can keep him Hawkeye the whole way through. They can have him change to Ronan at some point. Is it going to be like I don't want to say a redemption story, but could they pull a little bit of a redemption story, like, and pull back some of the things that we have seen from Age of Ultron, from Civil War? Because he's been absent for quite some time.
Yes, he has.
He's been absent from quite some time for most of these movies.
Yeah, because during Civil War, initially it was, is he going to sign the Accords? No, he's retired. And then he comes back to help Cap.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the end, he gets freed by Cap. But it's like, well, he's been MIA since.
Yeah. Which I don't know. I don't know exactly what he is doing.
No, none of us do.
I want you guys, though. Tell me what you guys think. Well, tell us what you guys think down below in the comment section. What's going to be Hawkeye's role? What's his story going to be in these last two Avengers movies? Let us know what you think in that comment section.